Great job, Kelsey, and here with us in studio to weigh in with their thoughts are Alena Neves and Coach Jimmy Fly Hellmann. And Jimmy, we'll get started with you. We saw that you got more fodder for your John Wall, president of John Wall fan club.
I'm not the president. I'm the vice president. Coach Butch McAdams is the president. I give honor where honor is due. All I'm saying, he brought up the point where, we both want to take the last shot. And this is my point when we talked about why Randy Whitman had to go and why he should have been gone long before that. Because I feel that the growth of those players was stunted because he didn't have the juice or wouldn't, put his foot down to make things go a certain way. Maybe because, he felt it was going to be detrimental to his employment. But in the end, if you're a coach and you don't have the ability to do things, then you're really not in charge. Scott Brooks is coming in. He can see the landscape. But Wall may be out the first month of the season. From what they're saying, he's not ready to practice yet. So you could have Trey Burke as your starting point guard the first month of the season, which will give Bradley Beal the opportunity to show why he needs the ball in his hands and deliver.
Now, Alena.
Yes.
Defend John. I mean, do you want a star player that doesn't want to take the last shot?
Exactly. I mean, what do you want in your point guard? What exactly do you want?
30% from the three-point line, and I'm down 3.
We're not saying that we want to take a 3.
I didn't say don't give him the ball if it's a one-point game and he's driving to the rim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm saying if he's taking jump shots with the game on the line, I'm giving the ball to Bradley Beal. If I'm the coach, I'm designing a play for him.
I would agree with that. And this is my issue, though, with John Wall, is that John Wall would always, whenever he was trying to drive it into the rim, for some reason he would either get to the rim and pass it, or he would jump up and pass the ball, and then the pass would be somewhere out of bounds. Right?
She's watched the show.
No. But I'm saying,
the game. That's my point.
I was right there at the games, each and every one of them. So I had to assess him on a weekly basis. So trust me, I know about John Wall, and I know about his weaknesses, and he has them. But I also feel that you can't just talk about his weaknesses as a player without bringing up the fact that he was really limited in terms of who he could rely on last year. He only had really himself and Marcin Gortat. Everybody else was either injured or was not playing because they didn't want to play that day. You understand? I mean, how many games did Nene play? How many? Otto Porter was injured, although Otto Porter did try to step up and do what he could. Who else? Bradley Beal only played 55 games. I mean, who else did John Wall have to consistently help him? And he had a bench that was pretty much not durable and not reliable and inconsistent. So he was the most inconsistent on the team. But I'm just saying, you can't come down on him unless you talk about his hustle. You can't just talk about John Wall and just dismiss him and not give him some dap.
I've never dismissed him.
On his hustle now. Come on, Coach Fly.
His mental acumen needs some upgrading. His mental understanding of when to do things and why to do them and the right moment to do them.
But I think he was pressured last year.
Pressured? You're in the NBA, you're playing.
He was trying to make the playoffs, and he didn't have the resources and the personnel to take him there.
No, there were other issues.
He thought he could do it himself.
There were other issues coming out on that team that weren't out publicly, that came out publicly a couple weeks ago. Namely, that him and Bradley Beal have a problem when they're on the court. That's a big problem. And some of those veteran players, I don't believe they ever saw him as a leader to follow him. So that's where you get that apathy going on. And they had a coach that was lame duck that they knew was going out the door, and I don't think they wanted to play for him either. So now they got fresh blood in there.
Yes.
The time for excuses is over, because I heard all the excuses when they lost to Indiana when they were up 2-1 in that series, and it was John Wall as a rookie. And then the next year they lose, and then it's, John Wall's hurt. And then the next year they don't make the playoffs. I'm not an excuse guy. You got to produce. He says he's the one that says he's the best. He's come out and said he's the best point guard in the
No,
league.
he's not the best point guard.
I'm just telling you what he says, so I can
He's
only
not
go by
the best
what he
point guard,
says.
and they're not the best front court.
Well, they've said that. Both of them have said that. And then they went out to Golden State and got shown who the best backcourt in the league is.
But what are they supposed to say? That they're not the best?
No,
they have
when
to,
you're,
they have
when
to
you're
have
the
that
best,
mentality.
you don't have to say anything. You go out and do it. People like you and me will sit and say they're the best.
Give
You
them that
let
credit
other
when it's
people
due.
say it. When you're constantly saying that, that means you have insecurities. And I think he is an insecure player. He's a good player. He's been a three-time All-Star.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm just saying, can you get to the NBA Finals with this guy as your lead dog? No. They need help.
So you don't see that help coming this year?
They need more help. They're going to be better because they got Scott Brooks at the helm now. I
Right.
think he's going to bring a different attitude, different energy, and a refocus on the defensive end of the floor.
I'm getting a hard rap,
But-
guys.
Gets
with-
a hard
Okay.
rap because the presidential election's coming on. I know your wife
But
and Ed are just waiting to run to the green room.
by the way, Bradley Beal has done a lot more stuff to keep him healthy this year. So that's
well,
another.
That's going to be important.
That's going to be important.
Well, great job, Alena. So
And-
where can they follow you at?
Yeah, go to alena7.com or sportsjourney.com too. All my articles are there.
All right, great job.